Kicking it with Kay and Clay. Kicking it with Kay and Clay. Kicking it with Kay and Clay. Kicking it with Kay and Clay.
Hey everybody, thank you for watching or listening to Kicking It with Kay and Clay podcast. I'm your girl Kay Marie, and we have a very good show today. I'm excited because I don't know if you guys seen some of my Instagram posts on the reels. I have a power drill, one of these, and I don't know what to do with it. So my next guest for today, she will hopefully give me the courage and motivation to use this power drill. So without further ado, let me introduce you to our guest today. She is Tyra of Chatting House and Home. That's her YouTube channel. And you can also find her on Instagram at intentional.love. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tyra. Hey, Tyra.
Oh, hi, nice to be here.
Hey, I'm so glad that you came and decided to be a guest on our show today. And like I said on that Instagram post, about a half an hour ago, I have a power. I don't know what to do.
Well, you're not alone. I too had to find my way.
Girl, I had it since, let's see, in Michigan, we locked down like in the middle of March. So I think I bought it on Amazon around that time.
My favorite, Amazon.
Oh, I love Amazon. And I bought shelves from IKEA, the floating shelves, because I want to put it in the studio, put some candles on it and some different things. And
the whole vibe.
The whole vibe, girl. And it is still in the big blue IKEA bag.
It's like that sometimes. That's okay.
So Tyra, just tell us just a little bit about yourself. I know you are a wife, you are a mother, and you are a veteran.
Yes, I am.
Just curious, out of those three, which one is the most challenging?
Do I have to be honest? No, I always say one of my mottos is life is about balance, and everything has its challenges. I mean, everything, even the good.
Yeah.
But it's all about how you take it on, I guess, and the mindset that you have. But if I had to choose, just being honest, yeah, the military, they got me. They got me. So.
They got you, girl. They got you. How long were you in the military for?
For 6 years.
Wow.
In the Army National Guard.
National Guard?
Yes.
Okay. Now you were like full time. You wasn't reserved?
Oh, no. I was not full time. National Guard is a lot like reserve.
Okay.
Report one weekend out the month. So, but those one weekends, yeah, let's be working.
I have a friend. She was Army Reserve. So,
okay.
Yeah, I remember that. And my brother, he just retired from the Air Force not too long ago. Okay. So, yeah, I can't.
Well,
so, much respect to you.
What's funny is I actually, if you had asked the high school age me, would I ever enlist? I would have said, girl, no. But I got into my adulthood and I started looking at things a little different. So it happened.
Really? So I'm just curious, what made you enlist?
Gosh, I wanted a different life path at the time. I was almost through school, so it definitely didn't help that the incentive was that they'd help pay with loans. So that was a plus. And then honestly, I was still single. There was no kids. And it was like, you know what? I'm kind of ready for a couple of adventures. So let's just see what happens. And
why not? See them that I'll pay for your school. That gives them every time.
Yeah, they got me.
Well, at least you don't have any, you're not reporting Sally Mae.
Yeah, it's a good alternative. I mean,
yeah. And you did it on as a reserve, so went to full time. So I guess it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't.
So tell us about, how did you get into would it be carpentry or? I saw you with that saw thing. I don't even know what it's called. I was like, wow, she for real.
Yes. Well, look, I am, I guess, a self-proclaimed DIY
Okay.
enthusiast. And to say when I started, honestly, I feel like I've always like had the DIY bug
Mm.
in me, because even when I remember when I was young, my mom used to like buy the tables that you had to assemble and things like that, and I always wanted to help.
Ooh.
I don't know, it's like a puzzle for me. So
Okay.
I like putting the pieces and figure out what goes where. So just, I don't know, it's always something that I like to do. And then when my husband and I bought our home, I just went full throttle. So
Okay.
here
Okay.
I
You said you up there when your mom brought stuff to be assembled. You were willing, a
am.
willing participant. No, see, me back in the day with my mom, I would sit up there and cry like, "Why I gotta do it?" No.
It was fun for me. But I guess you could consider me possibly a little tomboyish, only because I grew up with like tons of boy cousins, and then I
Hmm.
have an older brother. So it just kind of was like either play with them or get left behind.
Right.
So it worked. It worked. But like I said, once we got into our home, well, let's just be honest, okay? I have to confess about myself.
Okay.
Your girl may be a little cheap. Just
Okay. No wrong with that.
so we had our home built, and when if you've ever purchased a home before, or if you ever
Hmm.
the building process, the builders like to upcharge a lot. And it's
Hmm.
always for the fancy stuff, the floating shelves, the nice sinks,
Right. Crown molding.
dollars.
Right.
And I'm not willing to come out of that. So I said, let me just see if I can't figure out how to literally do it myself.
Hmm. See, that's not cheap. That's just being wise.
Well, true. That's true. But
Yeah.
those who have can, those who don't, DIY.
Right. Right. And I would love okay, my heart is like, I want to do that,
Yeah.
but the body, the physical don't catch up with the heart. Yeah, no. So like, I used to love HGTV.
Yeah.
I know I'm a little older than you are, but so HGTV back in the day, say like late early 2000s, and into the 2010s, they were doing like straight up shows about DIYs. Like I used to love Design on a Dime. you know
I remember it.
okay, all right, yeah, Design on a Dime. I love that show. The thing is, they can do a whole remake or a whole project for like $500, but they're building everything.
Yeah. Literally all themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I can't do that, but I can do a redesign. I like to. I'm okay with the home decorating part, but
That's where it starts, honestly. I want to say probably like one of my first official DIYs, if you want to call it that, was I literally just remade a desk over. It was a desk that was already put together.
mhm,
I just saw a different vision, I guess, for it. So that was
okay.
probably my creative brain kicking in. And I just slapped some paint on it, cut some stuff here and there, and I just kept it moving. But
Mm,
just like I probably with any learning process, you learn things you could have done a little bit better to make
yeah.
it a little more nicer. And you just use those same tools in the next project.
Okay. See, earlier I mentioned that you have a YouTube channel, and I put it there on the screen. It's Chatting House and Home on YouTube, and there is when I saw your project for your laundry room
Oh yeah, yeah.
and the home theater. I was like, wow, that's nice.
Yes, yes. The home theater was our recent COVID project. So that was one my husband and I decided to take on together.
Mhm.
And if you've known me long enough, then you know my husband is actually not the handy type.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, he wouldn't probably use a power drill if I paid him.
Okay.
Serious. That's not his niche. He's more of
Hmm.
a guy. And so he's always said, hey, eventually I want us to have a home theater. and he got the techie stuff together. I did the design, and it just worked. It was our own first collaboration, so
Oh,
it
that's
worked.
what's up.
Yeah, but no, he doesn't do tools. We just that's my comfort zone.
You have some husbands that's like that. They you have the kind that think that they're handymen, and you'll have to end up using one afterwards. You have the ones that will call a handyman. So it's all good.
Right, right. It works. But today I must say, so the laundry room, I did that one last summer. That was actually my summer project last year.
Okay.
And I like I said, I'm really kind of new to the DIY game, and I must say, I think I surprised myself with that.
Mm,
I tried to use like if you're like seriously trying to get into DIY stuff, you'll learn real soon that there's a lot of simple things that you can do without
mhm,
having using the serious tools, using stuff like grout, things that you're like, okay, those are like out of my world. I have no idea what that is. I got peel and stick towels, stuff that you can get from
mm,
Home Depot, Amazon, and it's almost like applying a big sticker to the wall. So you get the same effect without having
mhm.
all the money without
Right.
having to do all the labor. So
See that's what I like. It's like DIY for the busy or for those who are DIY challenged like me.
hey, that's where you have to start. You have to start.
Right. So your how can I put it? So your love for DIYing, you say you're new to the game, but a lot of times we don't know what we're good at. It's like an innate ability already that we have not tapped into.
That's
So
true.
it sounds like that, you have that innate natural ability for it.
Yeah, that's true. I probably can like see that in myself. And while I use the term new loosely,
Hmm.
because I've like I said, even if we're talking about assembling stuff back to when I was little, those I guess qualities have always kind of been there, and I find for enjoyment, like I actually find pleasure in doing that kind of stuff. But I I still use the word new because if we're talking about, oh, how about you go back and you just rip the towel out the floor and start from, then I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, pump the brakes, let me
Right.
learn some stuff first. But honestly, I wouldn't mind eventually getting to that level. Like that's what I'm working on.
Mm.
So we'll see. That
I,
you may see some future projects on my channel real
okay.
soon. So who knows?
I can definitely see it. Once this whole COVID thing is,
Yes.
I don't know if it ever be behind us. I think it's going to be here, like the flu. But once we get back to some type of normalcy,
Yeah.
like your Home Depots and Lowe's and stuff like that, and other hardware stores. I know they have classes and things like that. So,
Oh yeah, and see, those are the classes that I miss kind of taking.
mm,
The fun thing about being on Instagram and social media and the age where you can communicate like you and I are,
yes.
actually found a lot of groups and people that I can learn that stuff from now just by attending like online sessions, online
Hmm.
conferences. So I'm trying to get more deep into this thing just to see how much more I can learn.
So you can possibly maybe see yourself doing this like maybe as a career. That's what it
You
sounds
know,
like.
that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. Because it's not too many of first of all, it's not too many women that do it. It's a lot that do it, but it's still considered like a male dominant profession.
It
And
is.
then on top of that, black women, so that would be something great to get into.
Yeah, that's definitely the goal. Uh, like I said, even now with two littles, and look, he's screaming in the background. If you can hear that, I always have to try to manage my time.
Mhm.
So and still learning that stuff. Look, there's a running joke with my husband. Literally, right now, I keep walking past our backyard door and said, one day I am going to build us a covered patio, and he's like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. And I said, I don't know. I'm not saying this next year. I'm not
Right.
2 years. but I'm gonna do it. Just give me enough time and I'm gonna figure it out. And I feel like that mentality for, again, not even for just women, but African
Mm-hmm.
American women,
Mm-hmm.
that innate kind of feeling like I know it's in me to do. I
Yes.
want to do it. I don't care if it's a man professionated, no,
Right.
man dominated profession. I don't care.
Right.
I see what I see for myself and I want to make it happen.
And we know we're going to see it on your channel. You know, like, see y'all, that there it is. There's that cover patio she was talking about, and she did it.
You gonna see that, baby.
All right. You heard it here. It's an exclusive.
Yes, it is. Yes, ma'am.
So let's talk about home organization. And I chuckle because I pride myself to be organized in certain things.
Yeah.
Like in my home, as long as like there's a place for something, I can keep it organized.
Yes.
And I did a linen closet project a few years ago, and I'm still patting myself on the back because it's still the way, neat and set up how I did it.
Yes.
So what are some home organization tips that you found useful for you that you can give our audience here?
Well, okay, so this is the first probably tip that I'm going to say, and this goes out to anybody with kids, even if you don't have kids, honestly, because I went through the stage to where I don't feel like cleaning right now.
Right.
My first tip would be give in to the mess. Like, just give in. Like, if there are days or weeks or whatever to where it's like, okay, this is a mess. I know it's a mess, but if you can just set aside some time in your mind, say, I'll eventually handle it. I think that's probably like the first step.
Okay.
And I say that even to more, like I said, with kids, I have to give in sometimes because I find myself cleaning behind them and like 2 minutes later it's messy again.
Right.
Before I scream, let me just let them finish and then we'll come back to do it. But that's probably like my first like tip is give into it. And just like you said, you got your linen closet all set up. You figured out, okay, if everything has its place and if everything is organized from jump, then you find it's easier to go back and put stuff exactly where they belong.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually my trick, or I guess my mindset going into having our laundry room remodeled. I don't know if you are a person that does laundry like me, and like the laundry clothes would sit in there in the dryer for like days after.
Yeah. If I take this camera and and go in my laundry room, you will see some clothes on top of the dryer. Yes.
See, that was my problem. My other problem was like the products. They always gathered on the dryer. I just never put them back in the shelves because I hated the funky shelving where it's like wire. And so it would just get like a cluttered mess. So what I had to do was like, okay, set aside some time to get my laundry room together. I installed some cabinets there and I made it an enjoyable process so that not only do I like seeing it pretty and things kind of put away, but I actually like went back. There's labels where I call it detergent goes here. The dryer sheets go here. So it makes it fun to do it and to keep it that way. So you just got to find things that work for you, really.
Yeah, you do. You really do. So what about, do you, I know before pre-COVID, have you ever like repurposed, I think I saw on your, I think it might've been Instagram that you repurposed like a chair?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And that was nice. You guys, I'm telling you, check out her, if you are on Instagram. Again, her handle is at intentional.love, and she has some beautiful pictures. I'm like, it looked like it's out the magazine of Better House and Homes. I'm like, I was like, wow, with the tray, the bamboo. I was like, okay. How it's strategically placed. I'm like, it's really beautiful. I like the colors that you use. I like the greens, the creams, and because I love warm colors. But
That's my heart. That's my home. I love all things neutral. I tell that to my followers. I think a lot. They're probably like, "Girl, everything's white. You have kids. Why is everything white?" But I love it. I don't know, something about that neutral palette. Then maybe a type of green here that just does something.
Yeah. It's nice. So have you ever like repurposed anything, like say from, do you do thrifting at
I
all?
do. I do.
Okay.
Yes. Goodwill is my to go. Like there are several things that I have in my house that I just honestly there's nothing you can't do with a can of spray paint. So like if you see something at a thrift store or Home Goods or gosh, I've even gotten stuff. I hate to say it this way, but like off the street from my neighbors where he
Okay.
was throwing away this vase. And I said, "Can I have it?" And I repainted it. So you can find treasures like literally all over.
I mean, that wasn't bad. It's not like you say he was dumpster diving or something like that, but
yeah, look, it wasn't that bad. I don't think I've gotten that bad yet, but I don't know. I'm not gonna, if it's good enough, I just might.
like don't knock it till you try it, huh?
Yes, but you know what? Too another place that people kind of overlook, and my husband kind of hit me to the game is there's this app called Offer Up, and it's where people sell or literally just get rid of stuff. And that's where I got those chairs from on Instagram. I actually got those chairs for free.
What?
Yeah, she just wanted to get rid of them, and so I'm like, you know what? Let's try upholstery. Let's just see. And look, I even laughed when you said that because if my followers are listening, then they already know it really took me like a year to finish that chair. I did it one summer and I was like, oh God, that took a lot. And so next one, I literally finished right when COVID started. So
really?
Yeah, I learned as a DIYer, maybe upholstery. I'd try it again, but maybe not soon. So
Okay. So
yeah.
reupholster, that's not, because I know I've seen something. So how did you do yours? You didn't just use like a staple gun. You just did some. How did you do it?
Putting the fabric back on, that's the easy part.
Okay.
The tedious part is actually taking the previous fabric off. And so like the chairs that I had, there were so many staples and so many nails. It's literally, and see, honestly, I don't know if there's a quick way, but I literally had to use a hammer and to pry little screws, and you got to have some patience.
Okay, I can see that. Okay,
yeah.
So you didn't just slap new stuff on old stuff.
Exactly, and
Right.
see, I didn't want to do that because you never know what the chair has been through or anything like that. So I said, let's start from fresh. But you just have to be prepared to put in the time when you do something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So other than the covered patio, what other projects are you just waiting to dive into?
Okay, so outside of the covered patio, and again, this is probably another running joke with my husband that I want to say I literally probably mentioned to him again last night, like a pop quiz question as, you know what else I want done to the house? And he laughed. One of the other projects that I want done so badly is I have a back wall that goes from the backyard into my living room.
Okay.
I would love to see that, like love to see it with glass doors, that whole wall. So that's something too. I have to kind of keep working to get there, but one of these days I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure it out.
That sounds nice.
Yes, I can envision this indoor outdoor entertainment spot.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah, you're gonna have to do that.
I'm gonna figure it out. That's what to stay tuned. I don't know how soon, but it's coming.
Okay.
I'm claiming that one.
All right. Do you know how to do put in like flooring, or is that something on your to-do list?
It's on my to-do list, and it's actually on my to-do list like real soon. I've started looking at some tutorials and some classes on how to pull everything up. That's the easy part. But now we're kind of working on laying stuff down. So I'm still in the process. I'm almost close though.
I have a flooring story real quick. I have a condo that I purchased back when the recession hit in 2008. It was already, I was like, Lord, I want something that's moving ready. I don't have to, do too much to it. And I got everything that I asked for and then some. So, so one of my bathrooms, like my guest bathroom, I wanted to put in like some cherry hardwood floors. But then
Okay.
I heard hardwood is not really good for the bathroom.
Right.
So
Right.
I went with, I guess, like the laminate,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and it looked like the cherry wood planks.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So, I was all geeked, I put it on Facebook, like, this is a weekend project. I mean, man, I was passionate. I went to Home Depot, I bought the things, and girl, I'm on the ground. I'm like, okay, this not bad. It's not bad. I'm sticking it. I get to the toilet. I'm like, okay, you're supposed to like cut and stuff. That's where that project died. That's
Oh
where it died. I mean,
no.
I put pictures on Facebook, like, yeah, I'm almost there. And I just didn't have the steam to do it. So I know that it's not in me to do certain things. So I really do admire those who can do stuff like that. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
amazing because it saves you tons of money. It saves you tons of
I
money.
think look. I think that's probably the main like to go to with my husband is that hey, we could pay a contractor, or I could just figure out how to do it myself. So I
Right.
usually win the battle with that one because saving money is always the plus in our home. But look, I'm sorry about your project. You can't give up. You got to see it through. You got to see that thing.
That I've been here for coming up on 12 years. That was like a good 9 years ago.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, I don't even know what I did. I think I threw the things away. I don't even know what happened. I was so unmotivated.
Hey, we all have a calling.
So for those like me
Yes.
who do not know how to use one of these, a power drill, and I know a lot of women do. I'm like, I low key hate, throw a little shade, like, oh, you don't. But but you know what? I'm scared. I'm scared to put the shelves because I'm scared of messing up my walls. I've seen so many YouTube tutorials. I'm like, okay, I got the courage, but
Yeah.
so what can you tell me? So next time, like, I'll be like, okay, Tyra, I'm gonna have these shelves up this weekend. That's my goal.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
what can I want to be able to show you the pictures and everything on Instagram. So what, right, see, I did it. So what can you tell me so I won't be as afraid? Like what? How did you, oh,
You know how in school they used to tell you, or look, I think the lessons was the same, but anytime you did a math problem, they would tell you, check your math, check your math. That's probably my first bit of advice is so if you have these floating shelves you want to put on the wall, you take measurements and you do it as many times until the number is always the same. And once it's always the same, you're pretty safe. But I will say this too. Okay. So you have to be okay with the messing up. And I
Mm,
say that because look, I follow a lot of DIYers and I feel like I can confidently say is you're not gonna hit it out the park every time.
okay.
Like it's not. So if you are okay in messing up, then it's I promise it's okay. So if your hole isn't where you want it to be, they actually sell what's called it's called caulk, or some people call it putty. You just
Hmm.
go and fix it. And that's it. I messed up. Okay, let's try again.
Okay.
But I promise you, you can't mess up too bad. You can't. And if you did, okay, we might have to call a contractor. I'm sorry.
Right. I have a handyman, but I'm trying to hold off. Even though he left me his because he's like a family friend too. So he left me his little see, I don't even know what the terms are. It's like this gadget you run it across the wall, it finds the studs and make sure that you're not drilling into something that's electrical and all that. So I'm gonna try to do it first. I'm gonna try.
Yes. And again, don't be afraid to use YouTube, Google. I prompt there's so many tutorials. Look, hit me up on IG. I got you.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna have you on camera. Like, okay, look, this is what I'm doing.
Yes. Look, you just hold that phone up
Right.
close. I promise. I'm like, okay, right there. Yep.
Right. Right. Okay. So before we go, you have like a little project you can show us real quickly.
Yeah, I sure can.
Okay.
Sitting right here. This is actually something that is really cost effective. Look, I hope the lighting is good.
Okay.
Really
Yeah, that's good.
effective and like a really easy DIY. I actually showed my followers yesterday.
Okay.
But so okay, so in our laundry room, in addition to like, I don't know if you have a problem, like I think probably 99% of America does, but the ironing board is always kind of awkwardly sitting in between a door, sitting in between I
Right.
don't know, a wall or something.
Right.
Well, I actually just made this little ironing board holder, literally just out of scrap wood and a couple of closet hangers. Like easy peasy. Like you could get these closet hangers probably like from Walmart, Amazon for like $5 for the pair. And if, as far as the wood, I cut this in my garage. But if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot,
Mm-hmm.
you just have them cut it for you. They
Okay.
cut it to the size, let them know how long you want it. And as far as measurements and spacing go for your hangers go, you just sit it up against the iron, mark it, and then screw it in. Simple.
See, I could probably do something like that.
Yeah, it's not hard, I promise. And then even for putting it in the wall, you always find some trim nails. And people at Home Depot and Lowe's, I've always had like good, good, good customer service with both.
Yeah.
So you can always ask them, hey, I want to put this in a wall. What kind of screw do I use? They'll show you, and it's easy peasy. It really is. This was probably like a 15-minute project.
Really? See. Now I learned something new. I didn't know that there were special screws to put in the wall. I thought you can put any screw in the wall. See?
No, you have to be careful. You don't want to rip it. Yes.
See.
Those tips, hit me up on IG too. I got you.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try that, and that's gonna be my project. That I could probably do something like that this weekend, and I'll take a picture of it, and I will shout you out because it was your idea, and you helped us with that, and I'm gonna do that since I got it. Since I said it, I put it out there. I'm gonna have to do it now.
Yeah, you got to come through. You can't let it be like this. What you tried to floor it. I promise it's complicated. I promise it's not as complicated. I got you.
All right, thank you. Well, again, everybody, we have been talking with Tyra of Chatting House and Home on YouTube. Please go over there and subscribe to her channel. She has some great stuff on there, and I know she will have some upcoming great stuff, including that indoor enclosed patio, that covered patio there.
Stories, you'll be able to see me working on my closet right now. The project that's going on is my master closet is getting a complete makeover, so it's happening like right now.
You said on your Instagram stories?
Instagram, yes.
Okay, and her Instagram is intentional.love, LOVE. Yes. So thank you so much, Tyra. I would love to have you like from time to time, talk about different projects. Yeah.
Yes, I'm here. Just hit me up. Look, we know the timing now, so we got
we got that down packed now. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for watching. And if you're listening, you're on iHeartRadio or all the other platforms that you listen. Please, you need to see this. And you can see it on. We have our YouTube page, Kicking It with Kay and Clay podcast, and Stitcher. They show both the video and the audio, and our Facebook page, Kicking It with Kay and Clay. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Tyra.
Thank you,
and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.